when did success become the thing that costs us the people we love most? Somewhere along the lines, we've accepted that because we're chasing success, we are going to miss the birthdays, work late nights, sacrifice your health, and hope that hopefully in the future sometime it will pay off. But what if we've been chasing success the wrong way? My name is Leah Tusiime. I've worked in corporate institutions, in leadership roles, interviewed inspiring people. I've built businesses and given people different opportunities. I have served within my community, and most importantly, being a wife and a mother to my 3 children. But recently, something changed about how I think about success and making wealth forever. Like many people, I like working. I've worked, late nights, long days. I've worked away. I've worked far away from home, close to home, in different environments. I've loved solving problems. I do love solving problems for organizations and corporate institutions, as well as community environments. Serving people, just as I do on Simply Moms and in my community and in the workplace within health sector and environment. I've built businesses, like the Let's Deco, among others. But one day I asked myself this simple question. What if I become successful, but I miss the very life I'm trying to build? That question stayed with me because my biggest dream is actually not to own lots of businesses, but to be present. To be present for my children, to be present in my marriage, to be present in my faith, and to be present for the lives that I'm trying to serve. That doesn't mean that I don't want to be financially successful. Oh no, I want to be that. I absolutely do. I want to build wealth. I want to travel the world together with my family. I want to leave an inheritance, but I never want money to become more important than the people I love. Let me share the 3 lessons I've learned. Success should create freedom, not another prison. So the business I'm creating, or I want to create the ecosystem, I want to be able to earn money as well as be available for my children, be present in my marriage, be present in my faith, have that time to pray, to, give the hugs, have that meal together with my children every day, put them to bed, take them on holidays, look after my aging parents, serve my community. These are the things that I want to do, as well as earning money while doing those things. So that's the freedom I'm talking about. So I have been juggling work in the last few years, doing a lot of working away from home, traveling for work. For example, I worked in Scotland. I used to be away from my family for a long time. I used to do traveling driving from Scotland back to Coventry. I used to work in catering at some point, having 1-hour commutes each way. I've done it all. I've done night shifts. I've done, the whole grind. And recently I realized that at some point I had to miss some of the milestones for my children. Like when my son was going to secondary school for the first time, I was not there. I was away working, grinding. So some of those things, I realized that I want to capture some moments. I don't want to miss out on the people that I'm trying to build a life for. So because of that, I'm rearranging the way I'm doing life. I'm rearranging the way I'm working. I'm taking the opportunities that lead towards the dream that I want to build, not to build it out. And by the way, being ambitious does not make you a bad mom. Let me just put it out there. I am an ambitious woman, and so are you probably. But that doesn't make me a bad mom. It doesn't make anyone a bad mom. It just means that it helps you to think and always think, how can I achieve this while still holding on to those things that matter to me? For me, that's my family and my faith and the community I'm serving, like the whole Simply Moms community and beyond. How do I make all these things happen without sacrifice? I've learned some simple 3 lessons that I'm going to share with you. Lesson 1. Success should give you freedom and not create another prison. So what that looks like is that you should be able to be there for your children while also earning money. I give an example. Like I said, I've worked with corporate organizations within my health and safety role and other roles previously. And I have, for example, worked in Scotland, but I did my best to always come back for my children's birthdays, for my husband's birthdays, even when it was so hard. So sometimes it was quite hard because you have to jump on a train, which is like 6 hours, 4 hours plus, that type of thing. But you have to make it work. You have to make it work. But I do believe that at some point later on, I would be able to, have freedom for my time, have the freedom of my time, not have to ask for annual leave if I want to do something with my family. But I guess that's something that you work towards. So when you want to be successful, you have to create freedom. Lesson 2, you don't have to choose between ambition and family. Being ambitious doesn't make you a bad mom. I've been ambitious. I've still managed to be a mother and a wife. I believe being ambitious just helps you to fuel that need for provision and nurturing and caring. So it is very good to have the ambitions because they help you to think outside the box and always thinking, how can I do this better? How can I be there for my child and still work and be there for my family and travel and do all those things that I'd love to do? And also having a family doesn't mean that you have to stop dreaming. Just because you've given birth, you're like, oh, my life is finished. No, your life is not finished. So far, all the moms I've spoken to who have now gone ahead to make families, they say that their ambition has fueled even more. I've interviewed a few CEOs, as you've seen on this channel, and that's the feedback I get. So being a mother or having a family should really fuel your ambition, not take the ambition away. If you feel that your ambition is dwindling, it's not because you've become a mother. It might be something else. You have to look into it, okay? You can do both. I've been reading a few books about women in leadership, and some of those books, women have realized that you can do a lot of good stuff when you make sure that your children are looked after and you're certain and you're happy in where they are. You pay for childcare, you get a nanny, whatever you need to do, you do that. Put them in nursery or whatever. That helps you to settle your mind and do what you need to do to get your work done and, to build the success that you want to build. So it is possible. So let no one lie to you that you can't do both. It's possible. Lesson 3, real wealth is bigger than money. This is probably the biggest lesson I've learned over the last few years. I used to think that wealth meant having money, but actually real wealth is a few different things. Yes, you do have to have money to pay the bills, to travel. You have to have enough money to take care of your daily needs. You have to have money to invest, and you need to have money to give your children the opportunities that you probably didn't have. However, don't get me wrong, I still believe financial security is very important. In fact, we should strive to be stewards of our finances. I want to build wealth, invest wisely, leave an inheritance, possibly God willing, for my children and maybe a few generations to come. I keep praying for 1,000 generations to come. But I've realized something, that money is only one form of wealth. You can have a 6-figure salary and be emotionally exhausted. You can own a beautiful home and not have the time to enjoy the home because you're busy out working. You can have a successful business but neglect your health because you're chasing the business and the money, and then your body will catch up with you. And you could also lose relationships while you're trying to build the businesses and all of that. The grind. You lose relationships because you're so busy. That happens. Some marriages fall apart because the partners are not available and they're all chasing money. So I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that money is bad. It's never bad. It's just how we manage the way we go for it. But then what if we gain all of those things but lose what matters most? Have we really become wealthy? So today, when I think about wealth, I think about 6 different areas. And the first is health. As someone who has worked in health and safety, I have seen how we easily focus on productivity while ignoring well-being. We tell ourselves, I'll rest later, I'll slow down next year, but our bodies do keep score. Hey, don't forget that. I've realized that looking after our health isn't selfish. It is stewardship. You need to look after yourself. If I'm healthy, I'm present for my children. I can serve people well. I can travel. I can enjoy the life that I've been working for. But if you're not healthy, will you be able to enjoy those things? Think about it. The second is faith. For me, faith is a pillar in my life. It's my foundation. It's where I find purpose and direction and perspective. It reminds me of who I am and whose I am. And yeah, I talk about it everywhere. I don't care where. I talk about my faith. So my faith reminds me that my identity isn't found in my job title or in how much money I make or in how many followers I have, but in God, in who God says I am. And that's incredibly freeing because success doesn't define me, and neither does failure. It also reminds me that my time, my resources, my gifts, and my opportunities are something that I'm called to steward. So I'm supposed to use all of those things that I've been given to serve God. So this is also a ministry, I would say. So I'm called to steward well, not just to accumulate stuff, but to steward what I have been given. So I'm grateful to God for the opportunities that I've got and, this calling to steward. Number 3, relationships. I've been at hospital beds where people are passing away, and guess what they always say? They don't wish that they spent more time answering emails or chasing more money. They wish they spent more time with their families. They wish they spent more time creating memories with their children. They remember the holidays they had. They remember the jokes and laughter they had with their families. They remember the Christmas meals. Those are the things they remember and they wish they had more time to do. So because of those things, I have started being more intentional about the way I'm spending my time, the relationships I'm building. Am I building a career? Am I building better relationships with people? And I would like to say that I want to build relationships with the people that I work with the friends that I have, with my family. So I do believe that relationships are very important. So that's another big pillar that you should also be thinking about. The 4th is time. I've realized that time is mostly our most valuable currency. Money can be earned, but time can never be got back. Once it's gone, it's not coming back. So today will never come back ever again in the history of life. And that's one of the reasons I'm building businesses differently now. I'm not just trying to earn more. I'm trying to create more choice. Choice to attend my children's school events. Choice to travel with my family. Choice to take a day off. Everything if I need to, if I want to. Choice to take a day off without life falling apart, without things falling apart. To me, that's real wealth. And then number 5, impact. I generally want to leave people better than I found them. I enjoy that. Enjoy making a difference in someone's life. It's just part of who I am. I always look at how am I going to make things better? How should I improve this? Sometimes people find that a bit pushy. Some people find it a bit, but it's just the way it is. Whether it's helping an organization create a safer workplace, whether it's giving information on Simply Moms, whether it's helping out in a community activity, whether it's encouraging someone who wants to start a business, or even simply listening to someone who wants to be heard. Success means very little if it only benefits me. I believe success should create opportunities to benefit more people, not just one. Benefit not just me, but you as well, and your friends, and your family, and your community. So that's what I believe success should be. And finally, financial security. Let's talk about money honestly. I don't want to become financially free. I want to invest. I want to build businesses. I want to build assets. I want to create generational wealth, not because I want to impress anyone, but because I don't want money to be the reason why my family cannot experience something. I don't want financial stress to dictate my decisions. I want to be able to give generously. I want to support causes I believe in. I want to support my children to pursue their dreams and hopefully leave my children not just an inheritance, but also inheritance of wisdom, values, and opportunities. So when someone asks me, what does wealth mean to me? My answer is simple. Wealth is being able to wake up and do the things that you like to do, things that you want to do, and knowing who you are, whose you are, having people you love and people who love you, having time and the freedom to spend with the people that you matter most to you, and making a positive difference to people's lives. And also let's talk about having the freedom to do the things you want without having that constant fear of, I won't be able to afford it. Having the freedom to spend your time where it matters most. Having a positive difference in people's lives. Having the ability to be generous without worrying about it. That's the kind of wealth I'm building. And if you're watching, I hope that you're not just building a successful career. I hope that you're building a successful life. Because one day, no one will remember the amount of emails you sent and the meetings you attended, but they will remember the impact we made in their lives, how we made them feel, and the legacy we left behind. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate, and make sure that you join me on this journey. I'm trying to build a community, so please subscribe and let me know, what do you think when you hear the word wealth? So email us on hello@simplymoms.uk. We'll be happy to respond to you. So in the comment section, let us know, what does success look like to you? When you talk about wealth, success, what comes to mind? Let us know in the comment section. We would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you for staying with us on Simply Moms. As always, we're here to empower mothers, women, families, and everyone in between. Until next time, ciao.